to the update for the Secret Chapter Society. We are talking all about the Wollstonecraft Detective Agency and why I picked it. So, I was attracted originally to this book series because it reimagined two very important famous women. Now, they're just not famous. They're important. They're critical because they've done amazing things that other women hadn't done yet. One, the writer of Frankenstein, Mary Shelley, did something that even men hadn't done very significantly or very well yet, and she did it as a woman. In that time, it was a pretty important thing. Then we have Ada. We call her Lovelace, but it was Bryon, Bryon. And, of course, she's been attributed to computer code. She is the one who used her wild imagination, her logic and reasoning, and said, hey, why not? Now, this author took these two very wild women and reimagined them as children in London. Now, if they had been of a similar age and nearby, would they have really been friends, as this author imagines? I would hope so. And that's one of the reasons why I picked this book series. Now, there's more, way more to it. And you'll see as we go through the Secret Chapter Society debriefings what it is that really got me. But I'll give you my outline, okay? It starts off with the fact that it is history, mystery, and science, all focused on that, but fiction. Remember, it's all reimagined. These three things make the book very interesting to me. And that's because we get to jump into other ideas and explore things that are real through fiction. So we have the history. It is more than an event. It's more than a time. It's also a place. So this story takes place in 1826 in London, a real place. The actual neighborhood is real, and it turns out it's actually where Sherlock Holmes and all of that took place. But it's also in the heyday of the intellectual movement where the University of London was founded. So it makes it a really interesting thing. And those buildings are still standing. Some, not all of them, but some of them are still standing. Now, of course, they are housing people differently than they used to. And some of them are institutions of buildings, are not buildings, but are shops and stores and factories and things like that. And even nonprofits and a museum. Libraries, churches, all that, but so much of that is still standing. So we get to explore it. If you're lucky and you can travel there, you get to explore it in person. But Google Maps is awesome. And we can just kind of like walk around digitally, which I did in debriefing number 1. And I shared a few little clips of that. Now, that's really big. We get to explore places and historic things, but in our modern ways, their modern world, and we don't even have to stick to books because it's real. And mystery is real in a sense, but it's a little bit looser because it's abstract. It's all about the mind and the solving puzzles, which I love. I love all kinds of puzzles, word puzzles to like physical puzzles. Got myself this year for Christmas a puzzle mat that I can roll up and put it away, and it has little trays and everything so I can sort my pieces, and I'm super excited about it. Thank you all for that Amazon gift card that allowed me to do that little treat for myself. So puzzles are awesome because for me, the clues that are in the books, they're like discovering secrets. You know how like there's those like balls, those mini things, and you open it up and you don't know what you're gonna get? It's that, literally that. So You're not sure what exactly you're going to get, but you're going to get something. And it's going to be maybe something you like, maybe something you don't. But it's the discovery. It's the peeling it open and then cracking it open and then peeling open the little bags inside and discovering what it is. It's the same thing with the mystery. And that's what I love. That is like mental candy for me. Licorice. Definitely red vine licorice. Now we get into the science. The science. It is kind of like the history part. So you have, it's juicy and it's alive. It's factual. And like history, it blends into fiction really well. But this is where a lot of the problem solving happens. Besides, the mystery part, a lot of problem solving happens through science. It really works the brain, but it also springboards stories into places you couldn't have imagined they'd go. So the inventions, the exploration of the facts, all of that, so interesting. And again, stuff we can really check out in the real world and test and see and do. But also, I love that it contributes to what could be, because it springboards our imaginations. Once upon a time on a random TV show that I wasn't alive for when it first came out, Star Trek, they imagined a lot of the technology we are using today. Someone wrote that, imagined it, and then it was invented. Now, were there things similar that inspired these ideas? Yes. But this is what's so awesome about science, is there was the blending of what was with the imagination of what could be, and now it's even greater than it was before, was imagined, and now we have crazy things like this thing I'm talking to you on, because that's my phone, and you're watching it on who knows what, maybe a device like this. So that is the other reason why I love the fact that this is a science-based book series as well, because we get to explore it in a gentle, fun way, and we can jump off on the topics of science. Since there's so many topics in science to explore, we can just go into those different directions and enjoy what we want to enjoy. I think it's amazing. Now, of course, if you're seeing this, or your mom, your dad, or your aunt, or your uncle, maybe your grandma and grandpa are seeing this, this means you are officially invited to join the Secret Chapter Society. And tomorrow, there's the debriefing for Chapter 1. Okay? So, grab your book. It's, of course, on Amazon. And there's, as you can see, a Kindle version. And it's probably at your library. I do know the audiobook is on Hoopla. Now, that's awesome. You could listen to it. Personally, I love reading it and I love annotating it, which means that I like to write in my books. Of course, it's a digital book, so I can't write in it, but there is spaces for me to write. And of course, I do have my 5 colors for my highlighting. I hope that you enjoy being part of the Secret Chapter Society.